Welcome, all you Aries, to your weekly energy update. And this week, instead of just doing it by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, they actually wanted me to do for each zodiac sign. I'm not sure if that's what I'll be doing going forward, but this week they wanted to do that. So we're going to do that. Of course, this would be for the week of April 24th to May 1st. And these are timeless. So if you're looking at this outside of that time frame, I'd still trust your intuition and watch the video, because I'm sure there are messages for you. But if you are watching it during this week, we have the Taurus new moon coming up at the end of the month on April 30th. So that's going to be bringing in some just very restful, balancing, self-love, self-nurture type of energy, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. And so there's this, feels like this energy of just loving yourself, because no human anyway, can love you the way that you are needing to be loved. So you have permission to give yourself that love this week. So we're going to be taking a look at that. Also, I'm going to be also putting out the May monthlies this coming week. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, if you subscribe to the channel, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out. And so you can get notified when those May readings come out throughout the week. But we're going to start off here by pulling a card from the Ask Your Guides deck and just see what the Creator would like you to know that you can rest about. What area of your life that they might recommend for you. So for our Aries, our fiery Aries, okay, they do want this one right here for you. And you have shame and then divine healers. So you can let your guilt and shame and self-judgments go, which is a beautiful reminder for all of us, right? So let's take a look here, and that's card number 35. If 35 is a number that means something to you, or 8, adding 3 plus 5 together. Yeah, this is about judgment and severity and self-loathing and poverty. So, you're at risk of falling under a spell of self-criticism because of poor choices or learned behavior, and this is bringing on that energy of shame. You can always tell when this soul-deadening vibration is present, because it causes you to unconsciously pull back from others and the loving support of the universe and become isolated. It's quite possible at this time to believe that the world is against you, making you want to hide, withdraw, or push it away. Nothing could be further from the truth. You are your own worst enemy at this time, as the universe never stops loving or supporting you. Nor have the people around you stopped loving you, even if you've made what you feel are terrible mistakes. After all, we're all guilty of this at times. So your divine healers surround you, holding you in affection and unconditional love as you struggle to regain your self-esteem. They ask you to remember that being here on earth is like being in a classroom. You're here to progress, and you'll make many mistakes along the way. That's part of your learning process and necessary for your growth. Your divine healers ask you to open your heart and forgive your mistakes. There's no mistake too great, nor any error so grave that it can't be forgiven. Pray for them to help you rise above your self-criticism and re-enter the flow of the universe. Make an effort to see yourself with the same love that they see you with. So stop judging yourself, make amends and apologies where necessary, and move on. Their message to you is live and learn, baby, live and learn. So that is great. I love that, because that is very freeing. And that word mistake or error, that's our human side, our little judgmental shadow side of us that is all about contrast, all about comparing, all about taking us on this journey of lovability. Are we going to be rejected? Are we lovable? Are we worthy? All that wonderful experience. Because back home, we don't have it like I talked about here. Back home on the other side, we are unconditionally loved. There are no conditions, so there are no mistakes, there are no errors. We know when we come down here, we're coming here to experience, to live, and to learn. But part of that adventure is to be accused and to be judged by ourselves and by others on what it might feel like to make a mistake, which mistake just means it's an action that doesn't meet up to someone else's expectations or something we were told is supposed to be or should be, right? So we're also going to pull here from these Power of Surrender cards to see what else you could put to rest this week and rest from. So I know I would be very happy to put away any of those self-guilt and shaming self-talk that's going through our heads. Let's see what else for our Aries for this week. Okay, they do want this one. Actually, you get two. So we will pull both of these, and it's surrender to the magic of who you are. Love it. And it says on the bottom here, we all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with the uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Yes. So I love that, especially all these pinks together here. I love that it's reminding you of who you really are, because like talked about, that unconditionalness, we meet 100% of the conditions of the spiritual world. They have zero expectations on us, and we meet 100% of those. So we are perfect in the sight of the Creator and all of that. We are these perfect creations, and so I love this is reminding you of that. And then also surrender resentments. So yeah, this says, holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. And I was reading something right before I started this reading, and I had a feeling that it was going to be for the readings, and sure enough, the first one, you're my first reading I'm doing, it was talking about how forgiveness, you know, we fear forgiving because we think that we're going to let the other person get away with what they did to us, and we feel like we are vulnerable. But when we hold the resentments, when we hold that unforgiveness towards others, it's like taking a poison, you know, and saying, aha, this is going to hurt you, and oh, why does my stomach hurt, you know, because it's only impacting us. We actually create this bridge and this bond, this energy attachment to that other person when we hold those resentments, we hold that unforgiveness. And so when we let those resentments go like that, you know, instead of struggling in the wind with that umbrella, you just let it go. Forgive the wrath. Let the wrath go. Let that connection go, because that frees that energy to come back to you, and you don't have that attachment to that person anymore. So this is actually for you. It's not releasing the other person, you know, because they're already doing whatever they're doing, right? Whether they're remembering it or not, or if it's even bothering them, or if they're, you know, if it was something humans consider illegal and they got away with it, they have to live with everything that's going on inside of them. One of the things that I loved too is that it said, you know, get alone somewhere quiet and sit in a chair. Imagine the other person on the other side is sitting in front of you in your mind, and mention to them what they did to you. And if they sincerely ask for forgiveness back, then you can forgive and you let it go, right? But if they aren't, if they just come up with excuses and blah, 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 and whatever in your mind, then you get to take them through the pain of experiencing what you experienced in your mind. Don't do it in the physical world, just in your mind in this little meditational kind of state. Take them through whatever you felt they did to you. Let them experience it as well, and then let it go. You're able to let it go after that. So you can take two avenues with that, which is pretty amazing and powerful. And let's see, yeah, they do want to, let's put some tarot here first, and these are the Tarot of the Divine. Let's just see what else they want you to know about this forgiveness here. All right, so what else for our Aries, please? What else for our Aries? Okay, we do want this one. What else? Okay, do you want these two? Okay, any others? Oh, yep, they said they want that one. So they want these four. And your first one is a justice. Yeah. The justice must be done, right? This judgment. And I love this, that this came out, because this is exactly the subject matter we're talking about, right? Our human side wants to have justice. It wants revenge, that's like underneath it all, right? I want justice. I want them to pay for what they did to me. And this is a great card to have because this is about balancing. You have the Ace of Swords here, which is a powerful tool for you to have, because what that does is that allows you to connect to the higher truths, the capital T truths of the spirit realm. This, healing comes through this forgiveness, becoming aware of this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being you really are. And then your human character, usually they'll have a balance of some sort here too, like a scale that's on there. And one side of the scale is the human side that has all those small T truths based in the fear realm, the conditional love realm, or fight or flight place that we experience life. And then that's the character. And then you have the actor behind the character, which is that powerful supernatural person who you really are, right? And so there's this beautiful awareness that comes with this justice card, because as you connect to the capital T truths, connect to this unconditional love, this powerfulness of who you really are, you realize that you can't really be heartbroken. That's just an experience we go through in this lifetime. So that prick in our heart when we feel heartbreak is actually us going into fight mode. It's like when someone startles you, it's like, just feel that pain. That's our heart starting to go into this panic mode to shoot all this adrenaline and have the blood run from our brain, all this kind of stuff happen, right? And so we understand that, okay, these are the small T truths, these are the capital T truths. You balance it out and understand that you don't have to live in this place of shame, this place of resentment. You can release that, which is beautiful. So I love that came in there for you. And then you also have the Seven of Swords. And this is beautiful because the other thing that Ace of Swords does, in addition to allow you to connect to the capital T truths, allows you to cut away the small T truths that are no longer serving you. They did serve you for a time because you did come here to experience shame, experience resentment, because you can experience those on the other side. Experiencing the shame, you understand more fully what it feels like to be perfect, to be shameless, and to be resent-free, and to be loving. And the Seven of Swords represents here, you can see even though there's monsters, emotional monsters, but all these small swords, usually this could represent like deception and different things like that. But because swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, this reveals to you those of your own personal thoughts and beliefs that are deceiving you. So you understand, all these things that you've been taught about how you're supposed to feel, what these things are supposed to mean, all the stories you're taught and conditioned to apply to any situation. You are able to release that with this Ace of Swords to understand how powerful you are, and you can put whatever story you want to any circumstance that happens in your life. So I love that this popped up, because this is showing that during this week you do have this ability to let some old thoughts and beliefs go that have been holding you down. Yeah, because here's the Ten of Swords. So this is definitely the message that's coming in here, because the Ten of Swords, you can see like they're underneath the waves there. Usually they'll have somebody like laying face down on on the ground, looking away at the sun rising, but all the swords are stuck in their back, which does tell you that all of your expectations, those small t truths of the human side, they do betray us. They do literally stab us in the back. We're taught that there's all these things that are supposed to happen and should happen, have to happen, must happen, all those conditionings like I was talking about. And we ultimately get to the point where we are exhausted trying to uphold those ourselves and trying to make everyone else obey all those conditionings too, which is great that this card comes up, because the 10 of Swords is all about endings and new beginnings. You are ready to let that go, and so this is beautiful. That's coming up here. And then your final one is the 5 of Pentacles, or the 5 of Coins. And this is another great card that comes in here about your worth. Pentacles, the coins, are about the outside world. It is about how you are defining yourself, your worth by the outside. I kind of start off like you feel like you're defining yourself by relationships, by situations, by your body, your possessions, your bank account. And all those things are disappointing because they're all temporary. People change or pass away. Jobs, education, situations like that, they never stay the same. And then things in our bodies, of course, break down, deteriorate, or are stolen. And so it teaches us the instability of defining ourselves by the outside world. And in here, you can see she's in the winter time. She's out on her own. She's sitting outside. She doesn't feel like she is getting assistance from the outside world. She feels abandoned, right? She feels alone. But the beautiful transformational energy of the 5s is that it changes our perception. You start off feeling this way, but then you really focus in on the stained glass windows here where all the pentacles are. And this represents the universe, represents the creator of all things. And the change that you have in your worth that comes from this card is that you start off, feeling like your sustenance and the things you need in the physical realm come from humans. And when we realize with this transformation here that everything comes from the creator, everything comes from the universe. The universe is unlimited, it's limitless, has endless resources. And we understand with this transformation that people only are the delivery man. They're the shipping company that brings what the universe wants to bring to us. It's one of the ways. Sometimes it just comes to us outside of human intervention, right? But a lot of times the people are just the delivery driver that's bringing those things to us. So I really like that. And then we're going to pull a card here from the Celebration of Love deck and just see what else the Creator wants you to know. All right, so what else for our Aries, please? Okay, they do want this one right here. Impeccability. Impeccable, that means kind of like perfect, right? Mind like an ocean. Beautiful, beautiful card here. I'm just going to put that right here. And let's see what comes with that here. Yep, this image celebrates the alignment of our mind. Like all this meant, all the swords are our thoughts and our beliefs in our mind, right? This celebrates the alignment of the mind with the mind of the Creator. It calls us to open ourselves to the divinity, allowing the Godhead to wash through us like the gentle waves of the ocean, cleansing and dissolving all that is not in our highest order. Release the past. See these old issues as sandcastles on a beach. Each purifying wave of divine energy washes in, dissolving and removing more and more of the sand building until it's all gone. You are now free. give thanks. And the special message for that is you are being inspired to release your need to control an issue, a person, or a situation in your life. All is well. Release and allow. Set it free, and it will set you free. It is all in divine order. Wow. Definitely, this is perfect message for that. Everything we've been talking about here, so I love that. And our final message we're going to pull here from the divine directions. Just see what the final message the Creator has for you this week. And then with that one right there. Any others? Oop, okay. Two others. So, you've got focus. You're in the need of a clear direction. Decide what you want in life. I really like that because it's a saying, do you want to stay in that resentment, that shame, or do you want to move on? Do you want to heal? Do you want to move into a different place? You have the ability to decide. You have that power of choice. Yeah. Here you go. Strength. You have an enormous amount of strength and courage. Remain focused, stand tall, and shine. Yes, you are stronger than you have ever been taught to believe. And as you connect into this inner remembrance of who you really are, you just tap into that strength. And then you have weight. Take time to think about the matter at hand. Don't be tempted to rush. And I like that. They do want you to, this week, dive into this. And that's their advice to you. Whether you do it or not is totally up to you. They won't judge you for it. But they're really seeing that this is the highest thing for you. And this weight is like, you're Aries. You're a cardinal sign. You really have all this energy that you move forward. You're just like, yes, let's get it done. But this is like letting you know, take your time with it. Don't try to rush just to get through it and get to the end of it. Enjoy the process. Take it step by step. Because if you rush, you're going to leave some stuff still there. It's like a doctor going in to remove some sort of growth in the human body. If they rush, they might leave some behind that still continues to grow back, right? But this is about taking the time to go in, get it done, get it completely removed, and that's going to set you free. And I love this for you, Aries. And I'm going to leave the message there. So if you are wanting additional messages of love from above, in addition to weekly energy updates, I also put out the monthly, like I mentioned, are going to be coming out here. April's, of course, has already been out for a while. So if you haven't checked those out, make sure to check that. And then May's is going to be coming out this next following week as well. I also put out a variety of other different videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click this like button, also click the subscribe button, that gives you access to this notification bell. When you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, because when you like a video or you share a video, if you comment on a video, or of course subscribe to the channel, the YouTube algorithm just loves that and wants to share the videos on that channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am grateful for that. These also are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all my Aries, as you go through this next amazing, beautiful week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.